In our parasha, we have one of the most life-altering messages given in one of the most emotional packages of all of Chumash. The moment that Yosef and Binyamin meet each other right immediately after Yosef reveals his true identity to the Shvatim, says they hugged each other and they kissed. Yosef kissed on Savare Binyamin, on the shoulder of Binyamin, and Binyamin bacha al Savarav. Binyamin also cried on the shoulder of Yosef. Chazal tell us that this was not just an emotional reunion of the two brothers, but it has a much more long-lasting effect. That Binyamin really was crying for the Churban of Mishkan. It's going to be in the portion of Yosef, and Yosef was crying for the two destructions of the Beit HaMikdash. That's why it's mentioned plural form, al Savare Binyamin, the two Batei Mikdash that were built in portion of Binyamin, in Chelko Shel Shevet Binyamin, and they were destroyed. Now, there's a very interesting story, a time of the Holocaust, right after the Holocaust, that was around this pasuk in Chumash, when the two of the Hasidic masters that survived the Holocaust, survived the war, the Ger Rebbe and the Belzer Rebbe, the Imre Emet from Ger, and the Rabbi Aaron Belz, the Belzer Rebbe, they met each other after the war, and they hugged and they started crying, weeping on each other's shoulders, so to speak. And one tells the other, says, this really is the reminiscent of Yosef and Binyamin, the two brothers that after all these years they saw each other, they hugged and they cried. And so he asked, the Belzer Rebbe asked the Imre Emet, he asked the question, so why is it, Take, that Yosef and Binyamin, who are crying, they're not crying for their own Churban? Let each one of them cry for their own Churban. Binyamin is crying on the Mishkan that's going to be in Chelko Shel Yosef. Yosef is crying on the Churban that's going to be in Chelko Shel Binyamin. Let Binyamin cry for the Beit HaMikdash that's going to be destroyed on his Chelek. And he says to him, such a magnificent answer, says the Imre Emet, on the Churban, on the failure that you have for yourself, there's nothing to cry. You get over it. And then you dust off and you have to build. You have to go on rebuilding whatever has been failed, whatever has been destroyed, because you could do something about it. For the Churban of somebody else, you may not be able to do much about it, so you cry. You feel the sharing of the pain with them. That would be the right attitude. But for your own, that you could build, you could get up, you could dust off, and keep on trucking, keep on building and going on in life. That would be the positive attitude. Something so powerful, so life-changing from our parasha. This is again also a message of Chanukah, of course, that despite the lowest of the low that they found themselves with, just a few people, HaKadosh Baruch Hu helped them because they initiated a geula. They initiated going on and not giving in to a failure that they found themselves in. And that really is a life lesson for all of us. Be'ezrat Hashem. Amen.